to the Two Fish Loving Weirdos. I'm Miss Kitty.
And I'm Miss Bamboo. And this is Potato. He is my fish, Miss Bamboo's fish, and he is a male veil-tail beta. Now, today we're going to be cleaning his tank. So I have a special tap on my sink that has filtered water, but normally you would use these big gallons of distilled water, but this is spring water. I just wanted to put this as an example. Now, let's get that out of the way. And so first, we're going to scoop your fish, but make sure there is like a lot of water so that he or she can swim around.
Some of that water.
So,
but you don't want there to be so much that like it's overflowing.
Yeah.
Like, just like
so
almost
now,
full.
this is not a proper tank. This is a vase that I repurposed. And there is some decorations in the bottom that consist of shark teeth, shells, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I suggest you use a strainer. Any kind will do, that as long as it has like holes that will not let your gravel or plants or rocks slip through. So
now we are just going to...
So I'm going to put this in the sink. There's currently some stuff in it. And I'm going to just take his water and dump it all out in the strainer so that it catches my rocks and shells. If it sticks, use some regular tap water because you'll be cleaning this out later. Just that much will do. Now pour the rest in, and if there's only one or two pieces, you can get it out by hand. Now, just take this and get all the dirt off just by pouring some water through. Miss Kitty, would you like to add anything?
No, I don't think so. And then you can just set the strainer aside.
And wait for it to... Now, fill up your bowl. So normally if you don't have this special tap, well, first rinse it out. That is an important part. But if you don't have this tap, just pour your gallon of distilled water into your bowl or tank and wait for a few minutes. So right now, Miss Kitty is rinsing.
I'm just going to dump this out.
Because that is tap water. Tap water that comes from your regular sink, like this, is bad for fish. It contains fluoride. Now,
so
she's just going to rinse it out one more time just to be sure. And then
now we're going to fill it up
with the tap water, or not tap water, sorry. Okay, I keep messing up. Filtered water. So we're just going to wait. Now, we'll take this time to talk about acclimating. Well, so once you have your water all filled up and it sits for 2 to 3 minutes, then you if you keep your fish in a container while you're cleaning the tank, then you're just going to set the container inside the bowl to let him get used to the water temperature.
And we'll show you this once
it's done filling up.
Which is kind of close to.
So you want it to be filled like 3/4 of the way. You don't want it so full because there also needs to be enough for oxygen to get into the water.
And so now that you have your tank filled up with some water, then you're just going to dump in your gravel or rocks, whatever is at the bottom, whatever substrate you have.
Now, alright, I do not have a plant. I normally use real plants for my garden, but my garden hasn't been doing too well lately, so I'm just not going to use any plants. So now this is, we have to let this sit for 2 to 3 minutes just to let all the water sit.
Yeah.
And if you don't acclimate, put the container into the water and you just dump your fish right in the water, your fish can go into shock, and that's not healthy.
And he might just die because of shock.
Yeah.
Now, so we're just gonna let him acclimate
for a little bit.
some time,
Mhm.
and we're just gonna. We can just tell you some facts about betas right now. Well, so betas come from Thailand, and a lot of people think that it's okay to have them in
Male betas.
Yeah, well, just any beta.
Any betas.
People think that since they get sold in those tiny cups in the store, people think that it's okay to keep them in those cups or something that size.
But actually, it's not really that great to keep. I mean, they will survive. Betas are used to living in like puddles.
Well, in the dry season,
Yes, they're sometimes used to living in very harsh conditions. But don't keep your fish in puddles. Do not.
like they can survive in small.
But it's not healthy.
Like they can survive in those little cups. Well, sometimes, but
It's not too healthy.
yeah, it's not very healthy.
Now, here is a concern. I've never had it happen. I don't think Miss Kitty's ever had it happen. But betas they tend to jump out of the bowl. And sometimes it's not a big deal, but other times they can die. So I
Like
suggest
sometimes they can dry up if you don't notice and you don't get them in. It actually kind of happened to my beta. He's a crown tail. His name is Timmy. When I was pouring him back in, he landed on top of the filter, and he got really freaked out, so he jumped onto my desk, but
That
eventually, it wasn't
it wasn't good,
but we got him back into
we
the
saved
tank.
Timmy.
We didn't really want to use like our hands because they have germs on them to scoop him, so my dad just used a spatula. But he turned out he was just perfectly fine. He's a really strong fish. He after 30 seconds of being back in his tank, he started swimming around like nothing ever happened. So, yeah.
So betas are hardy fish, but don't rely on them too much to survive on their own. But it looks like now Potato is ready.
And
to
we didn't
release
need
into
to
the wild.
acclimate him for that long because the water is like the same temperature. You know, it's room temperature.
But even after you acclimate, be sure to check the temperature in his previous water in a little bowl.
Yeah, you can just use
And
your
then
finger.
just like this.
Just make
And
sure.
it's pretty much the same. So I don't suggest taking this little cup out of the water. I just sort of go like that.
So now your fish is in the tank and he's ready for life.
I'm going to give
really.
Potato a little flake for being
It's a pellet.
such a little good fish.
Yeah. So
So you can
Um,
comment down below if for any fish questions you
or
have.
like requests, video
Yes.
requests. We will get
A big tank.
yeah. And we're going to do a vlog of us getting that at PetSmart. Then we're going to do a haul and setup video. It's going to be a divided male beta tank. So, thank you for watching. We hope you
Yes.
enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.